Welcome to the 1997 High School Challenge, brought to you by KCRG TV9. And now, here's your host, Denny Frary.
Thank you very much, and welcome to another edition of the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. Well, I'll tell you what, we have two wonderful teams ready to do friendly academic combat, if you will. We've got Regis and LaSalle ready here to go, and let's introduce the teams to you right now. First of all, the team from Regis. Say hello to them. We've got the sophomores, Melissa Ballard and Mark Bartolome, Carl Galloway and Mark Hardinger. The juniors are Nick Pelzel, Peter Wright, Mark Murphy, and Josh Visnapu. The seniors are Barry Ahern, John Hanley, Matt Volk, and Scott Femler. The head coach is Sarah Elizabeth McCollum. The assistant coach is Kevin McCollum. Please say hello to Regis High School. Nice to have you here. Now, LaSalle has a rather storied history in this tournament, I'll tell you. Let's meet them right now. The sophomores from LaSalle are Emily Coleman and Heather Hunt. The juniors are Matt Uderman and Carrie Van Sickle, Chris Van Sickle and Stacy Wallerick. The seniors are Jim Wozniak and Katie Goldsmith. And the coach is Sarah Seidel. And say hello to LaSalle High School. Nice to have you here, too. Well, got a wonderful studio audience, and we can hardly wait to go. I do want to tell you that in the case of any decisions that have to be made, have we got a judge for you. In his 29th year at Coe College, please, a nice welcome for Jack Laugan, our judge. And what he says goes. What he says goes. Now, what are we playing for? I'm happy to say, thanks to the folks I work for, KCRG TV9, no team will leave empty-handed, but the ultimate prize, the grand prize, and you got to win a bunch to get there, is $1,500 cash to the winning school for computer equipment for their institution. So we're happy to have everybody here, including our studio audience. You're looking good. We'll come back with round one of the High School Challenge. On the way. Welcome back. It's a first round matchup here. LaSalle and Regis ready to go at it. And of course, the winner advances to the Final Four. Now, it's a rather simple game. It can be rather exciting, though, which we're happy about. The rules are very simple and straightforward. Let me tell you what it's all about. I will ask questions. The first team to ring the bell will get an opportunity to answer. If they do so correctly in this first round, they win 5 points on the toss-up, and then they get the opportunity to answer a bonus question. If they get that right, they get another 5 points, so that's a total of 10. If, however, after I ask the question, the team ringing the bell answers incorrectly, I will turn to the other team, and they then will consequently have a chance to answer for 5 points on the toss-up, and they get that chance for a bonus with another 5 points. So ready to go, Regis and LaSalle here in the first round of the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. Here's the category, players. The Civil War. Residents of what city in South Carolina were able to watch the bombardment of Fort Sumter from their housetops? And we go to Barry for Regis.
Charleston.
Charleston is right, and 5 points for Regis. So you're on the board, and the score is 5-0. Regis has an early lead. Here's your bonus chance. The category waterways. What waterway made New York City the emporium of commerce, the seat of manufactures, and the focus of great moneyed operations, according to DeWitt Clinton? Players can confer on the bonus. And the bell rings. Barry.
Erie Canal.
Is right again. Another 5 points. Erie Canal is the answer we're looking for. So here we go. It's 10-0. Regis in a very early lead here. Here's the next category for you. Diplomacy. What diplomatic tactic taken from an African proverb did Theodore Roosevelt successfully use in both the Alaskan boundary dispute and the Second Venezuelan crisis? Players have 10 seconds. No conferring on the toss-up, and the buzzer sounds big stick diplomacy, or speak softly and carry a big stick. He was known for that and a lot of other things. Here's the next category on the toss-up, the arts. What is the two-syllable name for a person who financially supports the arts or individual artists? And Nick for Regis.
Founder.
Founder is incorrect, so we go over to LaSalle. Have 5 seconds. Don't hear a bell. I heard the buzzer, though. Patron is the word we were looking for. We were looking for patron. The next category on the toss-up, it's still 10-0 Regis. Treaties. What is the three-word name for the clause in many treaties which provides that each signer will give the other any trade advantage, favor, privilege, or immunity it extends to a, and we go to Nick, Regis.
Favorite nation.
Judge?
I can't accept that because the question says three-word.
Okay.
And he gave a two-word answer.
Exactly. So we go over to LaSalle. And we were looking for most favored nation, which was the third word there, most favored nation. So very close, very close. 10-0, you're getting encouragement from the studio audience. Like to hear that this morning. Presidents now. This describes what president? In October, the Democratic candidate was re-elected president after a hard-fought campaign. His success owed much to the fact that to his compatriots, he was the man who had kept America out of the war. And we go to Jim for LaSalle.
Franklin Roosevelt.
I'm sorry, that's not right. Over to Regis. Melissa.
Wilson.
That's acceptable.
Woodrow Wilson is right. 5 points for Regis. Guess with presidents we can take the last name. That's very good. Okay, it's 15-0 at Regis. You have a chance to add 5 to that total. Here's the bonus. History of China. In 1949, what island became the last refuge for the government of the Republic of China under Chiang Kai-shek? It's okay to confer. Barry.
Taiwan.
Taiwan or Formosa? Another 5 points for Regis High School. So the lead now 20-0. Here's the toss-up category, Europe. A plane flying directly from the Netherlands to Norway would have to overfly what body of water? And Nick for Regis.
Baltic Sea.
I'm sorry, that's not right. We go over to LaSalle. Heather.
The North Sea.
North Sea is right, and LaSalle gets on the board. All right, so you have 5 points, and it's 20-5. You could make it 10 with the bonus. Wartime shipping is a category for LaSalle here. A group of merchant ships traveling under the protection of warships during the Second World War was called a... Jim.
Convoy.
Convoy is right again, another 5 for LaSalle. So you see, things can change here quickly. It's now cut in half, the lead is. It's 20-10. But Regis still clinging to that lead. Here's the next category. Area. How many square feet are there in 8 square yards? I'll tell you, sometimes I'm glad I'm standing here, not sitting there. The answer is 72, so nobody had that. We'll go to the next category. First aid. You have just repositioned an accident victim such that he is lying flat on his stomach with his legs extended. Name this position. 10 seconds can go by. Barry for Regis.
Prone.
Prone is right. Regis gets 5. Another 5 for Regis. You're up to 25 now. Now your bonus chance. Dukes. Dukes is the category. Philip Mountbatten, Duke of Edinburgh, is whose husband? Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen, that's her husband. Okay, Goldwinisms. Goldwinisms is this category for the toss-up. Complete this saying attributed to Samuel Goldwyn. Anyone who goes to a psychiatrist ought to have his... And Nick for Regis.
Head removed.
No, not quite. So we go over to LaSalle. And Jim.
Head checked.
Not acceptable.
No, we had to have the exact, it's head examined, not checked or removed, actually. Well, we have some fun here. Okay, 25 to 10, here's the next category, and this is the last question we'll have now for the first round here. Political science is the category. What political philosophy describes history as the story of a series of class struggles between the few? And we go to Nick for Regis.
Communism.
Is right. 5 points for Regis High School. Now to close the first round, you're ahead 30 to 10. You could add 5 with the bonus. Here it is as we close round 1. Muscles. A sustained involuntary muscular contraction is referred to by what term that rhymes with chasm? Barry?
Spasm.
You're right again. Another 5 points for Regis High School. So, folks, the score is 35 for Regis and 10 for LaSalle, but things can change in the second round. The point totals double. We'll be back with round 2, and we'll have this word or two about Regis, and we'll come right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Here we go with round 2, and we've got Regis right now with a 35 to 10 lead, but things can change very quickly here in the second round because the point totals have doubled. And by that I mean the toss-up is worth 10 points and the bonus is worth 10 points. Other than that, the rules remain the same. So here we go, Regis and LaSalle. This is the category on the first toss-up now in round 2. Theaters. What is the four-word name for a type of theatrical presentation in which the audience surrounds a central acting area? And we go to John for Regis.
Open air theater.
I'm sorry, that wasn't a bad guess, but not right. So we go over to LaSalle. Theater in the round, which is getting to be more and more popular all the time, it seems. Here's the next toss-up for you, events in Russia. In October of 1993, Boris Yeltsin directed military forces to attack what building within Moscow occupied by former lawmakers and their supporters? And Jim for LaSalle.
The Kremlin.
Sorry, it was not the Kremlin, so over to Regis for 5 seconds. John?
The Chancellery.
No, it's White House. White House was the name of the building. Here's the next category. Australia. Name the westernmost state of Australia. These are not easy, folks. And Peter for Regis.
Victoria.
Victoria, not right, so over to LaSalle. Now the buzzer sounds, the westernmost state of Australia is Western Australia. Don't you hate it? Wasn't a trick question, but it wasn't far away. All right, here's the next category, economics. The ease with which assets can be converted to cash without loss of value is called... And over to John, Regis.
Liquidity.
Liquidity is right. That's 10 points for Regis. 45 to 10. I had liquidity at one point in my life, but monarchies now, the category on the bonus. The monarchical form of government has passed through 3 historical stages. The first was absolute monarchy. The second was limited monarchy. Identify the third, still in existence in some parts of the world. Players can confer, of course. They're doing it. John.
Parliamentarian monarchy.
Parliamentarian.
Not acceptable.
It is constitutional monarchy, which is a different matter, but good try at that anyway. It's 45 to 10, Regis in the lead. Here's the next category on the toss-up, campaigns. Name the 2 presidential candidates who, for the first time in American political history, faced each other in a nationally, and we go to Jim for LaSalle.
Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy.
Is right. That's 10 points for LaSalle. So you've quickly moved the margin closer here. It's 45 to 20. You could make it to 30 now with the bonus. Historic voyages. Whose voyage laid the basis for the Dutch claim to the region of New Amsterdam? To the region of New Amsterdam. And the answer here is Henry Hudson. The buzzer came, so you don't get 10 on the bonus, but you did close it to 45 to 20. The next toss-up. Mid-East river rafting. If Huckleberry Fod were to float his raft down the Tigris River until he reached the sea, what body of water would that be? And we go over to LaSalle. Heather.
The Mediterranean.
I'm sorry, that is not right, so over to Regis. John.
Persian Gulf.
Persian Gulf is right. 10 points. 55-20. Here's your 10-point bonus chance. Retirements. What fabled and durable pitcher tore a ligament in his right elbow in 1993, thus ending his 27 seasons of professional baseball? John.
Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan is right again. Another 10 for Regis. 65 to 20, and Regis still has that lead. Now we go to the next category, burglary on the toss-up. Burglary. There are two elements necessary to constitute a burglary. One of these is entering. What is the, and we go to John for Regis.
Breaking.
Breaking is right again, another 10. Breaking and entering. Now, here's your bonus chance, angles. What is the name for the non-adjacent angles formed by two intersecting straight lines? Oh, the buzzer sounds. Vertical angles is what we were looking for. And so it's 75 to 20 now. Regis has that lead. Songs and states on the toss-up. What state was the setting for the musical that included a song about a Surrey with the fringe on and we go to Heather for LaSalle.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is right. That's 10 points for LaSalle. 75 to 30. Here's the bonus chance for you. Presidential phrases. The phrase silent majority was often invoked by what president when referring to public support of his war policies? Jim.
Franklin Roosevelt.
I'm sorry, the answer is Richard Nixon. So you don't get the bonus, but you do close the gap here. It's 75 to 30. Toss-up. Expressions. And this will be the last question on the toss-up for this round. What French expression referring to a dairy product is used figuratively for the best part of something which itself, and we go to John for Regis.
The cream of the crop.
You said the cream of the crop.
Not acceptable.
Not acceptable. I'll complete the question since I didn't for LaSalle. Referring to a dairy product is used figuratively for the best part of something which itself is very choice. Heather.
The creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme is right. 10 points for LaSalle. Cream of the crop was close, but creme de la creme is right. So you closed it to 75 to 40. Here's the bonus as we close off the second round. Revolutionary activity. A person's nonviolent refusal to obey government authority is called civil... Jim.
Disobedience.
Disobedience is right, and 10 more points for LaSalle. So it looked like a runaway for a while, but now it's 75 to 50, and it appears as though LaSalle may have a bit of momentum here. We shall see in the third round. We'll have this tribute to LaSalle. We'll be right back with more of the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. Don't go away. Welcome back to the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. We're about to go here into the final round, and thanks to a last-minute flurry there in the second round, LaSalle closed the gap to 75 to 50. And so now it's going to be very interesting as we head to the valedictorian round. The rules here change completely in that I will ask the question in a rather rapid-fire series, and the first team that rings the bell will have an opportunity to do so. If they answer correctly, they win 15 points. 15 points. But if they answer incorrectly, we deduct 15 points from their score. There is no conferring in this, so here we go. LaSalle and Regis. The category on the first toss-up here is aviation math. A Beechcraft Bonanza is cruising at a speed of 260 knots. What will be the plane's cruising speed if its speed is increased by 10%? And we go to Mark for Regis.
286 knots.
He is right. 15 points for Regis. Quick 15 for you. Now here's the next toss-up, the Mideast. What country on the Arabian Peninsula is bordered to its north by Saudi Arabia and to its east by Oman? And we go to Matt Regis.
Kuwait.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The answer is Yemen. So we have to deduct 15, so we're right back where we started, 75 to 50. Woody stems. Woody stems. In the trunk of a tree, the darker heartwood is found at the center. What is the name for the light-colored wood surrounding the heartwood? Sapwood is the answer, but nobody had that. Government agencies, the next question. What U.S. federal agency compiles the index of leading economic indicators? The Department of Commerce does that. Dismissals. What president attempted to dismiss Secretary of War Edwin M. Stanton? Andrew Johnson was that president. Buildings. This passage refers to what building? A huge blast thundered through the parking garage, tearing a crater in the basement of the world's second tallest building. And Matt Regis
World Trade Center.
is right. 15 points for Regis. You've moved up to 90. It's 90 to 50. Next question. Astronomy. What is the name for either of the 2 points on the ecliptic at which the sun is at the greatest angular distance north or south of the celestial equator? And we go to Katie for LaSalle.
Solstice.
Solstice is right, 15 points for LaSalle. So you're back to 65 points. It's 90 to 65. Congress. What is the 2-word name for these organizations in the U.S. Congress? Appropriations, Veterans Affairs, Armed Services, Ways and Means, Foreign Relations. And Matt for Regis.
Standing committees.
Standing committees, you're exactly right, 15 points. So you've broken the century mark. It's 105 to 65 right now. Gases, fog, cloud, smoke, mist, and smog are examples of liquid or solid particles dispersed in the air. Any such dispersion is called an... And Matt for Regis.
Aerosol.
Aerosol, you've got 15 more points. You're right. Very impressive performance here. Okay. Medical economics. The amount of a medical bill paid by insurance after the patient has paid the entire bill is called the... It's called the reimbursement. Reimbursement. Prisoners of war. Union prisoners suffering from torture, overcrowding, and starvation. About 13,000 died. Name this Confederate, and we go to Matt Regis.
Andersonville.
He is right again. Another 15 for Regis. Wow. Automobiles. The annually renewed document carried in an automobile listing information about the vehicle's ownership is called a Matt for Regis.
Registration.
Is right again. Another 15 for Regis. Borders is the category. Identify the westernmost U.S. state that borders both Massachusetts and Quebec. And Katie for LaSalle.
Maine.
I'm sorry, it's New York. New York is the answer here, so we have to take 15 away. State capitals. What is the capital of the state in which Hot Springs National Park is located? And Matt, Regis.
Little Rock.
You're right again, 15 points for Regis. So, an impressive lead so far, 165 to 50 for Regis. Means, the geometric mean of 15 and 3 is equal to 3 times the square root of what number? And Mark for Regis.
9.
Pardon me?
9.
9?
9.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The answer is 5. 5. Cold remedies, so we have to take 15 away. Cold remedies. What is the 4-syllable term for a substance that reduces nasal mucus production? Matt.
Antihistamine.
I'm sorry, the answer is decongestant, so we have to subtract another 15 there. So the score narrows a bit. You've now got 135 to 50. Fuels. What is the primary refined fuel used in the blast furnaces of the steel industry? And we go over to Regis. It's Matt.
Coal.
Coal is not right. It's Coke. We were looking for Coke. So another 15 has to be subtracted. Motion pictures, a graphic representation of every scene in a film sequence which serves as a guide for the actual film production, is called a storyboard. Storyboard. Criminals. What was the name of the Chicago gangster? And this is the final question. What was the name of the Chicago gangster who had been slashed in the face with a razor while a youthful member of Brooklyn's notorious 5 Points gang? Carl. Regis.
Scarface Al Capone.
Is right. Scarface Al Capone. So, the final score. LaSalle has 50, Regis has 135. Congratulations, Regis, you're in the Final Four. Nice going. But I'll tell you, we had a wonderful team here from a wonderful school. LaSalle, you get $250 from KCRG TV9. And let's have a big round of applause. Thank you for playing the high school challenge. And we will see Regis in the Final Four, which is coming up very soon at a TV set near you. So have a great weekend, folks. We'll see you next week on the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge.